What's happening, you guys? Alright, today is Friday night, March 17th. Was it 21:14 local time? This guy's pulling away already, so we'll wait on him. We are at the Pilot Travel Center in Haines City, Florida right now. We just got through getting reefer fuel, restroom break, and all that kind of shit. And we're gonna make our final, it's 12 or so miles. I don't even remember. It's not that far. From here to our shipper, Florida's Natural Growers, or Citrus, whatever you call it, in Lake Wells. I don't need that Pilot NEM in here anymore. Come on. Can I just have my, alright, 15 miles. Alright, give me a 15-mile trip. We'll not talk all the way there. Trust me, I will spare you on that. Maybe you shouldn't trust me, because I can get pretty chatty there. But, now my plan is, don't talk during the red lights, and I'll probably do some high-speed stuff for you as well to kind of shorten it down. We're going to make a left turn out of here and follow this Aldi truck. This is US 27 right here. We're getting ready to get on to. Our shipper is actually on 27. Just got to go down the road and go far enough down and we're good. Alright, that thing should not come out and kind of be a problem anymore, because I just bought a bungee strap, and one of those cargo bungee straps, whatever that flatbedders use to hold it and pin it in that direction, I guess you can say. Alright, well, we did head it down here from Jacksonville. You might have seen that video, the delivery to the Kraft Foods facility over there. Been a bit of a headache trying to get down here in a way. I don't know, it wasn't too bad, really. I ended up taking US 17 down. I think you might have some problems with your lights there, Aldi. Speaking of Aldi Distribution Center, is right over here, not far. He's probably going to make a left turn on, we're at 500, whatever highway is over here. I can't remember it. I think it's that freaking gas station up here. I think you make a left turn there. That's where he's gonna go. Alright, anyway, yeah, I had a choice between 995 down to I-4 and eventually work my way down to US 27 up here, or US 17 down, and I ended up taking 17 down to State Route 19. Went right through Umatilla, or as many people call it, Umatilla. Right past the Florida's Natural shipper that we go to there, that you've seen me pick up from before. And I ended up taking some shortcut routes around through there. They were actually truck designated routes, so where's that? Oh, now you're coming over. Oh, you're coming all the way over. Okay. Alright, anyway, ended up working my way to the 429 toll road. Came down the 429 toll road all the way down to I-4, just a couple of exits away from US 27. That worked out really nicely for the most part. Man, I was really happy to see the way that one played out overall. I had a couple of nuisance drivers, camping out in the left lane, and they're not going as fast as everybody, or there always seemed to be someone doing less than 60 and everybody else is doing 65, 70. So that was a pain in the ass, but otherwise, yeah, I will say I actually kind of like that route a little bit. Alright. That said, because you guys should have already gotten up to speed on what all went on with that delivery. And so we want to have some, a little bit of speed up time here to work with. I'm going to kind of get a little more straight to the point on something we can chat about. How about the movie Elvis? You guys know the Oscars were just this weekend. This car is not going the speed limit. I don't think it's going to matter here, though. Alright, so prior to... I had heard good things about the movie Elvis before it became into, like, Oscar season or whatever you want to call it. So, and Tom Hanks was in it. So I was, who doesn't like Tom Hanks? So I decided I'd give that movie a try because I had heard it was pretty good, and I had even heard that Priscilla Presley herself thought very highly of it. So I thought that was something good going for it. Overall, yeah, I thought she was right. It was a good movie. What's his name? The kid who played Elvis in the movie. Man, that guy was good. So it even got to the point where I wondered if the singing, because there were times when I wasn't quite convinced that it was Elvis's voice. I mean, the real Elvis's voice. I was really questioning whether I was watching, what's his name, just lip syncing to Elvis music, or was he really singing and just his voice was that much like Elvis's, or something else. I did some research into that, and it turned out he really was singing. However, it's more complicated than that. Hang on. Get around this guy here. Okay, so from what I understood is they basically had him singing on his own, and they basically dubbed his voice in with Elvis's somehow, and I guess more so when you took like his had his breaths and stuff in between singing. I guess they added his actual sounds into Elvis's sounds in ways, but what really had me questioning that originally is because there was toward the end of the movie there was an arrangement of Can't Help Falling in Love. The one that UB40 did a remake of eventually of years later. Now, I've heard Elvis's version of the song before, and I swore what I was hearing toward the latter part of that movie was nothing like what I remember Elvis's version being, but it was actually an arrangement that I was like, I actually like this. This actually sounds pretty good. To the point where I wanted to look it up and see if it's an actual version, like an Elvis version or something. Because it sure as hell didn't sound like what I was used to hearing Elvis's version of that song. But overall, yeah. Now they didn't dress him up in a fat suit or anything at the end of the movie, but I mean, it's not like I'd give too many spoilers here. If you guys know any, most of you guys who watch my channel are very damn well familiar with Elvis Presley. Maybe those of you guys who aren't would be on the younger side, like maybe my son Bradley, or Christian, or anybody else in the younger generation. But even then, I'd say half the time, like, who doesn't know who Elvis is? So, but I don't know. A lot of people might not have realized that, and toward the latter end of Elvis's life, he did kind of fatten up and all that, and he had his substance abuse problems and stuff. But Through and through, though, I thought that guy who played Elvis in the movie, I thought he did a fantastic job. I know he got nominated for an Oscar for it, and it was well earned. He didn't win the award, but he was at least nominated, which is recognition enough to me. To me, I don't know. Who cares if you actually get the award? If just even being nominated at all tells you something, you're doing something really damn good. So, alright, now, Tom Hanks. Alright, so coming back to Tom Hanks, though, his acting in it, oddly, I would say it was, I'm not so sure about. Apparently, well, he had some kind of weird accent in the movie that I was not quite sure about. Now, I don't know the real Colonel Parker. I didn't have any idea at all what the real life Colonel Parker talked like prior to the movie, prior to watching the movie. So I had no idea what kind of proxy to gauge Tom's acting by, but it kind of had me questioning it. But at the same time, Priscilla Presley was saying that I guess it sounded like he did a pretty good job of representing the real life Colonel Parker. So, like, well, there is that part. So I don't know. Maybe she knew the real Colonel Parker. She was affected by it and all that. So, and he said that, as she said before, that he's, he was a sweet man, but at the same time he had kind of, if you will, a Jekyll and Hyde side to him, it sounded like. But anyway, going back to that, Tom Hanks, though, it turned out he ended up getting nominated for, or awarded whatever, a couple of Razzies for basically worst acting for that role. And and the Razzies, those are the awards, if you're not familiar with them, most of you guys are, but just in case you're not, those are awards you don't want to get. Those are the ones where you must have done something so bad that it got extra special recognition for you to get nominated for a Razzie. So, yeah, he got nominated for Worst Supporting Actor. And, I don't know, I thought he did a pretty decent job in the movie, I guess, but I'm not much of a good critic of acting abilities sometimes. Unless you're talking about people like David Caruso. I couldn't stand that guy. Anyway. I could tell a whole story about him, but let's not. Well, anyway, I got to talking to my wife about Colonel Parker, the real life Colonel Parker, and I don't know how solid a job Tom Hanks did of playing him, so I was kind of curious. So my wife sends me a YouTube link to some interview that was done back in I think the late 1980s between I can't remember his name, one of them freaking nightly news anchors, Tim, whatever, Ted Koppel, or I don't know his name, one of those guys, freaking one of them weird wave, feathered looking wavy hair style from the 80s, talking to the real life Colonel Parker. And I'll tell you what, that Colonel Parker did not sound anything remotely close to Tom Hanks' version of him. This dude, okay, so the real life guy is Dutch. He was originally from the Netherlands, and he basically snuck his way to the U.S., got to the U.S. illegally, and then ended up assuming a new identity. And no, it did not include the Colonel part. but he was in a militia, if I remember right, and he got given the honorary name of colonel by members of the militia. So that's where the colonel part comes from. But anyway, when I heard the guy talking, he sounded very much to me like a northeastern kind of American in a way. You know, someone from like Jersey or New York or somewhere in that ballpark. Connecticut, I don't know, somewhere in that general neck of the woods though, and he definitely had a very projecting voice, not a soft-spoken kind of voice. So I was like, man, Tom did not do this guy any justice at all as far as trying to talk. Like, come on, dude. And I can't get around this guy because fucking other people want to railroad me. Seriously, you're doing 42 miles an hour. Alright, and we're in a 60 zone. Something not right about you, dude. Alright, so people like to watch my reactions to other drivers. You know, my things I see while trekking compilations. I know some of you guys, who gives a shit what's actually in the video? Some of you guys just like watching those videos just because of the way I react to stuff, nothing else. In fact, one of my friends, I know through not YouTube, he and I just had this conversation where he just kind of gets a lot of entertainment out of the way I react to those things. So, alright, we are just under 3 miles away. How about you guys tell me what you all thought of the movie Elvis, if you saw it or not? And if you have, what'd you think of what's his name? His version of Elvis, or Tom Hanks' version of Colonel Parker and all that. Priscilla Presley, even, who knows? Any input, throw it in the comment section, right? I'm going to go ahead and speed it up, though, until we get about maybe half a mile away, and we'll continue from there. Alright guys, we're getting close enough here. I still got to talk about the shipper too, but real quick there about the projecting voice. Me personally, I used to not have a projecting voice. It used to be very soft-spoken actually. So you might wonder how the hell did I go from being soft-spoken to very loud. Well, on the louder side, I guess. Couple things on there. Mainly, I think my aircraft maintenance experience had a lot to do with it. You know, when you're working around running jet engines that are 150 decibels, and you got someone working right next to you that you need to communicate with, you got ear defenders on or a headset on and earplugs on top of it, and you need them to hear you, you better start talking loud. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to hear you. Alright, this light right here, right here where the sit goes at. I'm gonna make a right turn here. This is Washington. Florida's Natural's right over here on the left side, but we checked in over here on the right. Or at least that's, speaking of, I thought I remember, it's the all-truck staging area over here. There's a drop lot over behind us, but I thought I remember somebody telling me things are done a little bit different here from what they used to be. And mind you, I think the last time I ever came here was probably a good 5 years ago. So that tells you just how much time I spend coming to Florida with JCT, or anybody really. But yeah, my first year here, I think was like the first time I've ever been to this place. Are they even using this thing? Can't tell if there's somebody in that guard shack or not. Oh yeah, there is. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Alright guys, we're sliding our tandems back real quick. We're going to drop our trailer right over here. Looks like there's an opening right by that hearse block over here on the left side. Be plenty of room here. Sounds like it's not really much different than it used to be. Only difference is I don't have to take my empty over to that dirt lot across the highway. She says once you got your trailer dropped, identify on the slip there what spot number it's at, which I can't read. Alright. Might have enough room to get a straight back. No, we're not going to have enough room. It's going to come real close, but not quite enough. So let's do it this way. Oh, that's a little bit off there. So we'll get that'll work. We should be clear of her spot. I'm pretty certain of it. Yeah. Looks really good there. Come on, quit jerking. Yep, that worked out good. I'll get it all the way back here and then there now. I think that's good enough. Okay, so we're gonna drop our trailer and then bobtail over there to where the other bobtails are at, and then just check in right over there at that. It's a little bit different there. You don't actually have to go inside the building anymore. You just walk right up those stairs right there, and they deal with you right there. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and do all this, and then once I know more what's going on here, we'll continue this. All right, guys, we are we're gonna go pick up our trailer now. It's actually been ready here, but when you check in, this thing will never shut up. When you go to check in, they ask you if you want to put load locks in or not. If you say no, then pretty much you'll get your bills right away. Let me see. Drop click. All right. Yeah, pretty much they'll give you the bills right away, and you go find your trailer, and it's already sealed and all that. But if you say you want to put load locks in, what they'll do is they'll give you a pager, and eventually what'll happen is I'm gonna look for our loaded. It's looking for 6645. So anyway, yeah, I guess one of the shag drivers will come over and break the seal on it, and then they'll rewrite the paperwork or whatever. And then when they're ready to go, they'll have you come back. You know, they'll page you. What's this one here? 7243. A lot of drive-ins over here, so it kind of helps make it easy to figure out what ones are not mine. Of course, mine could be hiding on the other side of this guy over here, but I see a JCT over there, but it's not the right one. I see a JCT over way down on the end too, so watch it be that one. Alright, so yeah, just re-sign for the bills, and then I have the actual seal right here on me, so I'll just put it on when I get to the trailer after I get through putting the locks in, and we'll just get checked out. Let's check what this one is up here. I don't see any other JCTs over here. Nope. Oh yeah, that is mine. 6645. That's, yep. Alright. We'll get tandem slid and all that kind of stuff. Pre-trip it, whatever. And let's get hooked up first. We'll finish this off with getting out of here. Got good pressure on my gauge there, so, but it's not latched in. There we go. Now we're latched. A little bit rough, yeah. That's the way I like it. Rough. But with women. My wife, woman. Nobody else. All right, I'm gonna get checked, pre-trip done, all that kind of shit, and we'll get out of here. Alright guys, we are ready to roll out of here. It's going to be a heavy load, 41,000 and change. But at that weight, probably not going to be much of a scale problem. Actually, what I'm liking, I'm even more liking what I'm seeing here, because my tandem's at the 40-foot mark. I do see that I'm up in the 31,000 range right now while I'm keeping steady throttle on. And it was actually biasing a little heavier than that, which means I don't have too much weight on the back of the trailer most likely. But just to be sure, we'll go ahead and scale it anyway at the nearest cat scale, which is just over 2 miles south of here. At there's a brand new Love's over there. I think 2 exits south of here or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop there, scale it out, and we'll get rolling. Let's go on to Riverside, California. Pretty simple, easy route. Well, for the most part. Work your way over to I-75 here in Florida first, and then go north on 75 to get to Interstate 10. We're in Lake City. And once you get to I-10, just go west and don't get off of I-10 for anything until you're already in California. Well into California. So that's pretty much it. It's going to the Ralph's distribution center over there, just a couple exits north of where I used to work. Double check. I think they got to double check the seal. Hello. I'm gonna get out of yard move. Alright. I need to send my departure real quick. Just be real quick and then. Well. let's get rolling. Okay, we'll just get this over to the Loves and we'll end the video there. How's that sound? I think this video was actually not super long for you guys. Probably shorter. I think maybe shorter than you guys are used to seeing from me, actually. So, and it's only a couple miles. Why not? We're gonna make a right turn here, back on to get on southbound 27. I do need to go that direction, not south, but to get to the Loves, I do have to go this way. Alright, just under 3 miles, and it's gonna be a left turn on the Hunt Brothers Road. So how to get over to I-75 is where the good question can be. You can either stay here straight up north on US 27, don't turn at all, so you get way up there up by the Florida Turnpike, and then end up getting on the Florida Turnpike. And the Florida Turnpike will take you up to 75. Alternatively, there's some other routes you can take. I tend to take another highway up. Another way people go, actually one of my friends who lives here in the area, I talk to him regularly, he actually suggests going up eastbound on I-4. Eastbound on I-4 toward Orlando, and then basically take the toll roads up that way to get over to the Turnpike. We'll see. I haven't decided yet which way I want to go, but I will consider doing that. May even have this thing, throw a suggestion just for humor's sake to see what it even thinks about. Yeah, so as you guys know, I'm not so well versed on navigating Florida. I mean, I know my way around to an extent, but not super well. I know more or less what routes are available to me, but I don't tend to have the best idea of which ones are the fastest or most practical or whatever. Or sometimes I don't, even if it's not necessarily the most practical, I just sometimes have been known to take certain roads just to stay the hell away from all the traffic as much as I can. There's one over, like when you're going down toward Tampa on I-4, by Lakeland or whatever. I remember that town. There's one of them U.S. highways, 98 or 92, whatever. I think I've even been known to follow that road up. I thought there was some other state route over in that direction too, but I don't even remember. But we are 1 mile out, so let's get over here. Well, anyway, no need to drag this on just to scale the damn load for you guys. I can always talk about it, I guess, on the way into the receiver. So how about we just wrap this up, all right? Hope you guys got some kind of entertainment or value here. So, all right. I guess I will see you guys in Riverside, California. If I don't end up dropping this in our drop yard or swapping, who knows? My ETA is early enough where there's a possibility one of those could happen. But I am running on recaps, and I'm kind of right on the borderline of what I need to get there the day before the delivery date, which is the 23rd. I I believe I can get it there on the 21st if if I don't have any HOS delays. But I do have HOS issues. I don't know, I might even possibly have enough to get through that, but whatever the case, I'm going to stop rambling. Shut the hell up, Scott. You just said you're going to stop talking. Yeah, okay, I did. Alright. I'll see you guys in Riverside or somewhere else, alright? You all have a great night, and we'll see you on the next one.